Good afternoon, everyone. It's coming up to 3 p.m. here in the UK on Wednesday, the 17th of February. And I'm looking at VectorVest USA. The Dow is down 41 points, hardly the end of the world on a 31,000 index. However, the declines significantly ahead of that of the advances, and the advice on VectorVest is to be very careful indeed. If it ends like this, then the primary wave or the short-term trend will have turned down. But we're only half an hour into the trading day, so pretty much anything can happen. I just want to look at the SPX, and the SPX was off 30 ticks at one stage. It's much better than that now, and get rid of all my lines. As you can see, it's pulled back. It went down to the figure 3900 and is reversed there, so a lot to play for. As I pointed out at the VectorVest Q&A and at the video yesterday, there's a very important level here, which is that 127 level, and the market stuck its nose above that for a couple of days. It's back there again, so that 39.20, a very important level. As you can see, we're right at the top of this channel. If there's a channel running here, we're very close to the top of that. This market looking a tad overbought. Now, a share that I got stopped out of on Friday is looking interesting, and this is this PLTR. It reported after the close last night. The numbers were quite good, I thought, but it's looking very interesting for a re-entry. I'll give it today probably, but we have this very important level, and I'll just draw that. As you can see, there's resistance there and resistance there, and that became support at that $30 level. I actually had a nice trade in it here. Took off half, got the stop to entry, and I got stopped out late on last Friday. Yesterday it gapped down, and believe it or not, well, those people that listen to me regularly will know that I'm very partial to the 78% retracement, and that's exactly where the darn thing went to, pretty much to the tick. Now, with a little bit of imagination, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves up and 3 waves back. If you know nothing more than that about the Elliott wave, you're well ahead, and we've got a classic 5 and a 3 here. This pullback, this AB CD pullback, would mean that this is a textbook example of what a gentleman by the name of Harold McKinley Gartley wrote about some 100 years ago. That's a very positive pattern, folks. That doesn't mean that it's going to go to the sky from here, but it's got a high probability of being a successful trade. We're in the direction of the trend. The stock market is overbought, that's for sure, but nevertheless, if we were to see the stock market turn and the advice becoming more positive on the front page of VectorVest, then that's certainly a candidate I'd be looking at. I'm not going to do anything today, but certainly a close above that horizontal blue line would be very strong indeed, and it's moved up very nicely from the open, so a green day there, a nice up day, especially a close above that level, a close below this, that's A, B, C, D, a close above B, and that close was, get this right, that close was 31, so a close above 31 would be very positive indeed for this particular share, and I would certainly have to take the trade. If I don't take the trade, then I wouldn't be following my rules, and I'm not following my rules, then I in fact I'm completely lost. So it is an example of what's known as a Gartley 222, and it's also a good example of a Wyckoff spring. Gartley and Wyckoff knew each other 100 years ago and corresponded by old-fashioned letters 100 years ago. And they came up with pretty much the same thing at pretty much the same time, and they didn't know each other at all when they came up with these ideas. So a good example of a technical setup in the direction of the trend, and in the direction of this very strong growth in earnings from a company losing money hand over fist to making some money, but the technical trend looking great. So I'm going to watch that today. I'm going to do nothing today. Hopefully the advice on the front page of VectorVest will in fact get better during the course of the day, and the Dow is fighting its way back here again. So let's see how it goes, but that looks like something that I would be quite happy to action on a close above 31 probably tomorrow. Okay, thanks very much. Bye bye.